out there in the corner of Fowlson, Finkel, and as Google Maps likes to say, and goes out there and cleans the corner. So it's going to be a big cleanup day. Hopefully everybody can join. Partnership Day is going to be Saturday, April the 9th. That's where we actually partner with the U of M students. They're going to be here. They normally get here around 10, 11-ish. We're going to get there around 10. There's going to be what I call Flintstone Park, Acacia Park. The idea is to clean up the park and then the area along the Southfield Service Drive. Rain or shine. It's usually a pretty fun event. And sometimes, I don't know who, but some individuals bring adult beverages afterwards. So, nice little event there. The Streetscape update. I know we had talked about that in our board meeting. So a couple of things I'll just share. It looks like the bike lanes, those of us who like to ride, are actually narrow on the small side of the spectrum. Spectrum is not the right word, the tolerance. The parking for the vehicles is also on the small side, so within tolerance, but on the small side of tolerance. So they are aware of that. What's going to be done, I guess it's still TBD. We don't know yet, but they are aware, and there is going to be more conversation. Where that goes, we will see. I don't know. The Escort update, I was in the Zoom meeting, I did have a hard time hearing, but I know you have put out some information, I believe, out front there. So for those who don't know, they're talking about putting an asphalt, I'm going to call it a plant, I guess it's not quite a plant, but an asphalt facility up. It's not very good as far as being good for our health, so they have moved the court date. As soon as that's rescheduled, we want to make sure we get the word out, because we would like to get a lot of members out there to show up. A couple last point, Alicia Bell did send a representative, or other Wayne County commissioner, so they did leave some masks. I'll put those on the back. They also left some other information, so please feel free to pick that up. And then last, I don't see Captain Motron, but he's out there, so Earl is out there with a lot of paraphernalia. There has been a joint venture, I know, with GRDC about getting our youth vaccinated. I know there's going to be a couple of events going on at Suckin Ebenezer, the 12th and the 19th. But ideal is, if you know some parents who maybe are a little skeptical of still getting their children vaccinated, there's a perfect opportunity they can go. It is the Superman. In fact, I see him out there in his costume now, so feel free, stop by his table, pick up some information. But the ideal is, we go out there and get vaccinated, as Earl like to say, so that our children are safe. The ideal is, we're a community and we want to protect the village. So with that, do I have any closing announcements? Yes, sir. Oh my goodness! I am sorry. I did not see you slip in. Will you please? I am so sorry.
No, it's not. I slipped in, just slipped out, and slipped back. And I don't know if you already caught that.
I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
All right. Good evening, folks.
Good evening. Good evening.
When I was here earlier, it was about 3 times as many people. So you know it's getting late. So let me make this quick. Stephanie Young, your state representative. For anybody who doesn't know, been a resident out here for a long time, represented this community for decades, and just excited to still be serving you in the House of Representatives. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update on today. Some more shenanigans happened in the House of Representatives. Y'all know I just told you. So shenanigans. So we usually get a whole list of the bills that we're going to discuss ahead of time. We usually have them on Friday. That way it gives you a chance to look them over during the weekend. Got any questions on that? Well, they threw that whole list of bills out the window for the most part, and then they came up with their own voter suppression bills. So we heard about last year, we had a whole 38 bill package from the Senate side. These are not the Senate bills. These are some that the House Republicans have come up with on their own. I figured they said, we're smarter than y'all on the Senate side, so we're going to do our own bills. So now we're in the position to have to fight that. What you need to know is, and this is something that they have been proven to work, is anytime they want to get something done, if they can't get it done in the legislature, they will try to move it by way of a ballot initiative. And currently there's a ballot initiative happening right now, the Secure My, MI vote, which is voter suppression legislation. I always make it sound good, like right to work, which is union busting. But it sounds good. Everybody has a right to work, right? I mean, you do, but don't believe it. So now we have them with this petition drive. And so if they don't get their way with these voter registration bills, I just believe they'll try that again. This is something that's in our Constitution, and currently, as a Democrat, Democrats are in the minority. There's just not a whole bunch that we can do to stop this stuff outside the government. If we didn't have the government, we'd be in a hot mess shape, guys. That's all I can tell you. But because she's able to veto things, it makes them have to work a lot harder. I hate to say us and them and all of that, because I don't know people politics, but this is what we deal with in Lansing, because we put forward, when I say Democrats, I'm a Democrat. We put forward so many bills that are real solid legislation to help people in our community, and it just doesn't go anywhere. Our colleagues have been sitting on $6 billion with a B pandemic relief dollar for the past 2 years, and they will not appropriate it. And they just say, well, after you've suffered long enough, now we don't need it. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so those are the fights that we deal with. So I just wanted to put on you guys' radar, decline the sign. So that's a movement where we're like, look, don't get tricked by these ballot initiatives. It only takes just over 340,000 votes to overturn the legislature. And we have, and it can work. The former president got over 2 million votes in Michigan. So 340,000 is a drop in the bucket from his base. Then they found that out when they overturned the governor's executive orders during the pandemic. So I just wanted to share that. A couple more things. On a personal note, I hold my community conversations every second Monday, 10 a.m. They're virtual right now. Special guest this Monday coming up is Detroit Area Agency on Aging. What's neat about them is they have a whole array of services, and many times people don't know that they work with persons with disabilities at age 18. Why would you think that when the name of your organization is the Area Agency on Aging, but they actually work with people as young as 18 if you have a disability. And so we're going to be talking to their president, relatively new, Ron Taylor, on this Monday. After that, in the evening, we're having what I'm really excited about is a public safety roundtable. And so we're bringing in Colonel Gasper from the Michigan State Police. We're going to have the Wayne County Sheriff. We're going to have First Assistant Chief Todd Bettison. He's going to join us, as well as Myra Gracie from the Radio Patrol, and hopefully Arthur Edge with Detroit 300, because we want a community point of view as well. But they're going to talk about some real hard-hitting issues, like, let's say the technology with the cameras. We're going to be telling you. Facial recognition. In addition to that, highway cameras, because they're different. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the state police, their report that shows there have been disparities in terms of who they pull over. They pull over people of color, black folks, way more than they pull over anybody else. And now they have proof of that. And so the colonel has some suggestions. He has said he has a 5-point plan on how to address that. We're going to hear all of that, and then we're going to be able to ask our own questions. We want to talk about this whole defund the police movement. I'm like, y'all never heard me talk about defunding the police. But there are areas where we can change things and make things better. And so those are the discussions, those are the things we're going to talk about on Monday. So I hope you all will join us for that. Let me see what else I got real quick. Oh, Detroit Caucus fundraising. So Detroit Caucus, I wanted to talk to y'all real quick about a millage initiative. So you guys may remember when the DIA had a millage so that we could keep them afloat. And then the Detroit Zoo did a millage to keep them, Tri-County millage to keep them. Well, we tried to do a Tri-County millage to support both the Charles H. Wright African American Museum, as well as the Detroit Historical Museum. That didn't get far with our colleagues. So we said, okay, let's kick Macomb out. Let's just do Oakland County. And we were having some more discussions, and then something came out. One of their organizations said, what are y'all doing supporting those folks in Southeast Michigan? So then Oakland County got scared and dropped off. So now we're down to Wayne County. Wayne County, we're saying, look, this is where both of these museums are. These are treasures in our community. We've got to find a way to support them. And so the Detroit Caucus, we're having a fundraiser at the Detroit Historical Museum. We want to show it off. I don't know when the last time you've been there, but it's an amazing place, particularly in the basement of those old streets of Detroit. I am giving away tickets to community people who want to go. I have 10 tickets. Every time I raise money from a lobbyist, I convert those to free tickets in the community. So if anybody wants to go, the date is Friday, March 18th from 6 to 9. You can come. If you want to make a donation, you can, but I have 10 tickets to give away, so see me after the meeting. All right, don't go sleep just yet. I'm moving, y'all, I'm moving. You guys are the best. Y'all so patient. It'll be me to pass out up here. So we know about the $400 per vehicle. Did anybody talk about that? Okay, right. So that's coming our way. I asked a question. We got a briefing on that today. So really what we're looking at, $27 billion is what they have in the fund. They say that they need $22 billion to be certain that they can address everybody's needs who needs this money out of the catastrophic claims fund, which leaves $5 billion left over. They're going to refund $3 billion. That's where the $400 come from for every vehicle we had as of October 31st, 2021. If you had 5 vehicles, 5 times 4, you get a nice little chunk of money. If you have 1, you get $400. We asked the question, well, in Detroit, we pay way more than some people pay in other places. Why are we all getting $400? And they said, unfortunately, that's just the way it is right now. They didn't give us no real good answer, you guys, but we did pose the question because it's the truth. We paid the highest. We felt like that's the difference again from equal and equitable. It's not really equitable when you talk about that refund. Here's the thing you want to be on top of. You're not supposed to have to do anything. It's supposed to come to you. I asked the question, well, what if somebody changed insurance carriers from then to now? Like I happened to do because I found a better rate. The person that I was, the company I was insured with prior to during the time, they are still responsible for sending me $800 because I had 2 vehicles, not the new insurance company. So that's something that we want to be certain people knew as well. And we should all have our refunds by May 19th. That's the date you want to know. If you haven't gotten it by May 19th, we want to follow up with them to see where our money is. And I heard about the asphalt plant. We're working on another meeting with our friends on the other side of the expressway because they don't have all the information like we have. They just not as organized as we are. We are a force to be reckoned with in Rosedale Park and North Rosedale Park and Grandmont, the whole GRDC community, right? So I'm looking forward to putting that issue to bed. The mayor has still said that he supports us in opposing it. So that's a good thing to know that, hopefully there's nothing going on anywhere that is stopping us from moving forward with shutting down this asphalt plant. And that's it for me. Do we have any questions in particular? Anything, any burning issues? I got some information out there. Information on here lets you know how to get to all of my community meetings. You can have that. And then some other stuff. Somebody asked me for some booklets before, so I remember to bring them. Yes, ma'am.
No, you answered it, how to do your Zoom meetings.
Oh, there it is. Okay. If you want to go, come see me. We're going to have fun. There's going to be food and entertainment, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. We plan to have, and it's a family event too, because it's the museum, and we just want to show it off. All right? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please join me in mustering the last bit of energy we have to get these 3 points before we get out the door. So good evening, my name is Aaron Hall, and my long title is I am Community Liaison to Detroit City Council President Pro Tem James E. Tate Jr. I said the full name, sir. Anywho, so I have 3 points I want to get to you all before we get out the door. First and foremost, we have our District 1 monthly meeting where we feature tons of information, similar to like the Right Council Initiative. You heard it here first at our District 1 monthly meeting. That meeting takes place online on the District 1 Facebook page and or on the Zoom link. If you follow us online, we'll email that link out to you. But that's going to take place this month on March the 26th at 10 a.m. I want to put out an initiative that's near and dear to my heart that's taking place on March 25th. Many of you know, I've seen some of you at my events, the Task Force on Black Male Engagement,
we're having an event over at Dawson Elementary, right across Schoolcraft. It's called Mr. Reed to Me, and it's an event that's near and dear to my heart. You can take 15 minutes out of your day between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. and come and read to a class. We want to make sure the community sees the men that live there and represent us. A lot of those are our children, our grandchildren, our church members, our nieces, our nephews. Take 15 minutes. That flyer will be sent out very soon. You can also give me a call. Please don't call me too late, because I've actually had that happen at 313-28. Please pretend to write my number down to somebody. Please make me feel special about myself. Lady back, my stories are on it. I'm tired too. I've been at work since 9. 313, thank you for pretending here. 313-282-0622. And my last point, there's a segment that we have at our District 1 monthly meetings for those of you who tune in. It's our Youth Spotlight. And it's an initiative where we highlight a young person in District 1 who's doing amazing things. We know that it's hard for us to get out and see those youth. But if you have someone in your family that's a young person under the age of 18 who resides in District 1 who is doing something amazing, do they have a project that they're working on? We featured a young lady in the North Rosedale community before we went around and checked on all the sewer grates in the district to determine, hey, why are our streets flooding so much? We had young people who own businesses, who won athletic awards. Does your grandbaby, does your children, any nieces and nephews do anything special? Oh, Lord. She's like, you know what, I don't really know. If you have that individual, please call that number I just gave out. We want to highlight your baby, okay? That's all I have. And again, I'm Aaron Hall, and pleasure speaking to you all. Please go home and drive safely. If you see me sleep in the parking lot, don't leave me alone, okay? You want to get a question? Okay, no problem. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you.